I moved abroad to England 2 years ago, and if I'm being completely honest, I felt so alone and I cried a lot at the beginning. But after 2 years of living here, I feel like I can honestly say that I love Bristol and I love my life here. So if you're moving abroad and scared, here are four things that I wish I knew before I moved abroad. Firstly, as a first year, I would 100% recommend living in student accom instead of a flat. It is just so much easier to make friends and like rely on somebody for the everyday thing. I know personally it was really, really difficult for me to make friends at the beginning of first year just because I just kind of wanted to like stay in my room and think through my decision of moving. But honestly, once I became friends with my flatmates, they truly like made first year for me. I would highly recommend Amber for finding student accommodation as it is a verified student only platform and it takes out the stress of finding a comm because you don't have to look on a bunch of different platforms. It is all in one and you can compare prices, location, amenities, all the different things right on the app. I know I would have greatly benefited from the use of Amber in my first year. Sadly, I did not know about them, but now you do. And if you want to try out Amber, check out the link in my bio because they are actually game changing. Second, live near the center. I know it is not always an option as, there's not always availability or it's out of your price range, but I would highly, highly recommend it. I think it's just so much easier to get out and about at events. I think it's easier to make friends. You kind of lose that barrier of like, oh, like it's too far because everything's right there. Third, just say yes. I know this is the most daunting one, but go out with that group of people. Even if you don't know them that well, you will either find a new friend, figure out a place that you like, figure out a place you don't like, have a new story at the end of the day. You will learn more about yourself. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, how are you gonna find new friends? How are you gonna experience a city if you don't say yes to things? Finally, explore. I 100% did not do this enough in my first year, and I feel like that definitely did not ease the feeling of loneliness and not knowing whether I'd made the right decision in moving. I feel like exploring your city, knowing your city makes you feel like you actually have a home. You have your favorite coffee shop, your favorite restaurant, your favorite park, your favorite spot for people watching. And I feel like without exploring, you're just not really gonna feel as settled. My favorite way to do this and what I am currently doing is just stepping outside of my flat, picking a random direction, and walking straight until I see something interesting and then following down that path. At the end of the day, you will get out of this experience as much energy as you've put in. Have a happy freshers, guys.